Hey, 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 it's the Pacific Northwest Geek. Echo Kiro here. I just got done watching all 4 hours and 3 minutes, well, less than 3 minutes because I didn't really watch the credits, of the Snyder cut of Justice League. I'm not really going to give away spoilers to anybody who hasn't seen it because there's um, definitely some changes, including the beginning and the ending of the movie. But, oh wow, I mean, the beginning which is pretty cool. I like the way they did the beginning. The ending, I love it. Again, I'm not going to give too many spoilers, but there is a surprise appearance, so to speak, of a known Justice League member who wasn't in the other movie, the original, the theatrical cut, the Josh Warden one. Who actually is in this. We also, you see Darkseid, you see Desaad. You see Grady Goodness. Ryan Chow, whose previous live action appearance was during the Crisis on Infinite Earth crossover they did for Arrowverse. Excuse me, he's here. I'm also, I'm in the midst of eating some steaks. I would have done this review sooner. Then again, I would have waited to eat, but I wanted to get, to cook my steaks. I thought I need to get this while it's still fresh in my head. So I might, from time to time, you might see me taking a bite of my ketchup-covered steak. Well, it says steak, but I think it's more pork steak. Chili powder next time. Yes, I'm eating the steak with ketchup. I know it's a sin for some people. But, they're at 4 hours and 3 minutes. That's fairly good length. Now, like I had said on Twitter, I told somebody that, actually, was it on Twitter or was it on Facebook? I made a comment about, I watched the second longest cut of Das Boot, or Das Boot, which is about 5 hours long, so if I can do that in one sitting, there was probably some bathroom breaks in that because it's been a long time, I can do 4 hours and 3 minutes. At times, so I felt like the movie would drag on, because it gave you a little bit more characters, such as Silas Stone, Victor Cyborg's dad, Mira, yes, Amber Heard, and also gave Hippolyta more screen time. I know you don't really want Amber Heard because, I'm not going to really go on an Amber Heard rant. But anyways, well, like I said, we did go those times where it did feel like it was going to drag on, and maybe I might want to get more to the action. But you got like stuff, more of the relationship stuff between Victor and his father. I like how, if you remember the movie, they had Steppenwolf being the one that the Amazons, the gods of Olympus, the Kingdom of Man, and the Lanterns fought. He swapped out for Darkseid, who he has like this look where he's like wearing like a loincloth, but that's supposed to be like, thousands upon thousands of years ago, so his attire is going to be different. He plays, I think in the original, if I remember right, the water one, he's only mentioned. Here you get to see him. He looks, I like his look. His looks, he has like two looks in the movie. He has the one that's at the beginning and there's one at the end. That was pretty cool. Grady Goodness has no lines, but she's there. So that was kind of cool to see, more of the dark new gods. It kind of leaves you like hinting that maybe they wanted to do a sequel. I don't know if we're gonna get a sequel. If we do, the stuff with Ray Fisher and Warner Brothers has fallen apart. So if we do get another one, either Cyborg's not going to be in it or they're going to recast him. My basic opinion about that whole situation is that the president of the phone. Let's see what my phone says. I'm not gonna start over again. I'm just gonna look at my. Oh, it's telling me one of my games I want to get from Steam is on sale. Anyways, yes, I have the Godzilla roar as my thing. Anyways, I was saying there's that situation there. Warden, it was recently there was some not even recently. There was some accusations about some of the stuff that was going on because for those of you who may or may not know, Zack Snyder began off this movie. His teenage daughter, Autumn, who, by the way, in the movie before the credits roll, there's a little thing that says, for Autumn. It's like a tribute to her. Anyways, she committed suicide. I guess back in March of 2017, and Zack Snyder subsequently would leave the film to go home and grieve. And then Warner Brothers, instead of putting things on hold or whatever, they put Josh Whedon in charge, and we got this whole mess now because we had, Ray Fisher made his accusations. The guy who was the president of the DC films for Warner Brothers apparently was basically he's been called an enabler because he's acting like nothing happened. They said they've done an investigation and that nothing was found, and that it's been brought out that I believe it was Ray Fisher made the accusation that maybe that the president of the DC films for Warner Brothers might have done something. But of course now we got all this other stuff. The cast of Buffy the Vampire Slayer has had some stuff to say about him, particularly Chris McCarpenter, who played Cordelia. And by the way, I have been binge watching Buffy. But anyways, Warden, once he took over, basically took a huge shit all over what Zack Snyder's vision was. I doubt they would have let Snyder release a 4-hour movie. It would have been greatly cut. But if this is the idea of what Zack Snyder had as a vision, wow, it actually would have been super cool. Even if, they would have had to cut it down for a theatrical release, because a 4 hour and 3 minute superhero movie, ooh, yeah, that's not exactly going to go to something like some people would want to see. I think, maybe 3 hours is pushing it. 4 hours is, woo, something that people probably wouldn't want to see in a superhero movie. But, is this Snyder's vision? It was terrific. Warden took a huge shit all over it. We got some great stuff. There's a lot of stuff you can see, like, that they did take out. Like, there was some stuff with Aquaman and the Lasso of Truth. I don't recall that scene being in the Snyder cut. You get a cool look, kind of interesting look for Steppenwolf. It was like that metal. It was like it's always moving. That was kind of cool. And then it can come off, just come alive, and he's got horns that are the horns that he has aren't part of the armor. It's his. I like when he was communicating with the sod, like the stone like is melting and then it takes a shape, stone and metal, whatever, it's melting and takes the shape of the sod, and then when Darkseid decides he wants to speak, everyone's bowing. Even Steppenwolf and the armor comes off and it looks like he's pretty much naked, like, oh Lord, my Lord, Master. The scene, of course, with Slade and Lex is much different. I mean, it looks kind of like the same, but there's like the lines they deliver are much different than it was in the other one. We don't get the here's a little bit of spoiler, that little bit at the end with the racing between Superman and Flash. We don't get. We do get Iris. Iris, of course, added to this movie. It's one of the characters, so it's kind of cool. To put her in, and if you watch the Flash show, Iris is African American, and it looks like for this, that's what they went for. So that's that kind of cool little thing, like because in the comics she's Caucasian. Although I haven't read the New 52 and all that stuff to see what they've done with her. And Ryan Chow, there's a little nod to Ryan Chow when they talk about, at one point someone's talking to him about micro nanotechnology, and it's like, the atom. So that was pretty cool. The scene with the Joker is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Watching Jared Leto's Joker play off Batman's Ben Affleck's Batman, awesome. I would love to see a movie with just those two, a Batman movie with those two in it, going opposite, because they just the scene, like, they're poking each other. There is a line about Harley Quinn. If you haven't seen the movie yet, there's a sad line about Harley Quinn, so it's If you're a Harley Quinn fan, you're either gonna get mad or you might, tear up a little bit. Let's see. I'm trying to think, because again, I had to go cook my steak, so I've been thinking about what I wanted to say. If we do get a sequel with them going up against Darksiders people and the gods, the dark gods of Apocalypse, I would like that. Bothered me was Zeus. Zeus looks like some kind of ripped fitness model, like, checking all these poses, like, look at my biceps, look at my pecs, yeah. I didn't really care for that. I pretty sure that's what they did in the original, in the theatrical release, but here it's like they got more focus on that. A little bit with Ares, because it looks like, because you can see Ares without his helmet, it looks like almost like maybe they gave him like this, like a ripped body, and they just took the face of the guy who played Ares in the first Wonder Woman movie. It's like they just superimposed it on the guy, so I didn't care for that. William Dafoe is in this, and he's pretty cool. We love to see them again. If they're gonna do a sequel, we want to see them go against them. Or maybe we'll see what Lex and Slade are doing. They kind of tease history between Slade and Batman. Anyways, if you're gonna see this movie and you do it in one sitting, you're gonna try not to drink too many, drinks. I was having a few sodas, so I kind of had to get up more than once. Happens as you get older, you get a shitty bladder. But otherwise, yeah, it does look like you can see where because at one point I think they said they wanted to do it in parts. So you get this parts where we go, Scream Go Black and be like, part 1, part 2. And it almost looks like they would have cut this up in 7 parts, because you get part 1, part 2, part 6, epilogue. Again, if you can do this in one sitting, we get bathroom breaks. Otherwise, it's on HBO Max. If you got HBO Max, you can see it. Or if you got a friend who's got HBO Max and wants to see this movie, go over there, watch it. But remember, this is a 4-hour and 3-minute movie. It is worth the time, and just because of how it is better, even with some of the parts that drag out, it is better than what Warden did. It makes you realize that Warner Brothers has let Warden take a big shit over Zack Snyder's work, but it's worth seeing it. Anyways, I gotta finish my steak and potato. Wish I had some beer, but anyways, I'm Echo Kero, and I will see you on the flip side.